Most of the rules in ball hockey are identical to those in ice hockey. However, there are a few differences, with one major difference. The floating blue line offside rule, which we'll touch on in this section and more in depth throughout this video. Rule number 1, that is different from ice hockey, is high sticking the ball. In ball hockey, high sticking the ball above crossbar height is a 2-minute penalty. In ice hockey, there is no penalty, it is just a face-off. Rule number 2 in ball hockey, 4-minute penalty for sticking infractions. High sticking a player, cross-checking, and slashing are all a minimum of 4 minutes. Players will serve the entire 4 minutes of this penalty, regardless if their team is scored on. If the penalized team is scored on during the penalty, the teams will go back to 5-on-5 play. However, the penalized player will remain in the penalty box until the end of the full 4 minutes, and allowed to come back on the floor after a whistle is blown to end the play. Depending on referee's discretion and severity, any of these infractions can be called a major penalty, which will result in a 5-minute penalty and a minimum game ejection. Notables are tripping and hooking. These stick infractions are only 2-minute penalties. Rule number 3, 3 penalties of any kind in a game will result in a player being ejected from that game. Rule number 4, the floating blue line offside rule. This is the biggest difference between ball hockey and ice hockey. The floating blue line offside creates much more room in the offensive zone and promotes more scoring chances, especially in special team circumstances like a power play.